In the bustling capital of a grand empire lived a man named Kiran. Kiran was a weaver by trade, known for his simple cotton cloths and his quiet, unassuming manner. He spent his days at his loom, rarely speaking, and was often dismissed by the city's learned scholars and nobles as a simpleton. The emperor, meanwhile, was fond of intellectual games. One year, he issued a grand challenge to his court and the public. Present a gift that is both worthless and priceless. The nobles laughed at the riddle. Worthless and priceless? Impossible. Scholars arrived with scrolls of obscure philosophy. Merchants presented elaborate, expensive paradoxes of gold and gems. Each was clever, but the emperor merely shook his head. Too much of one, too little of the other, he'd declare. Kiran, the weaver, heard about the challenge, but kept to his loom. The nobles of his quarter mocked him. Why don't you offer one of your rough, cheap cloths, Kiran? It's worthless, at least. Kiran simply smiled, a quiet, knowing smile that none understood. Weeks passed, and the challenge remained unsolved. Finally, Kiran walked to the palace gates with a small, unassuming package wrapped in brown paper. He was the last to arrive, and the court tittered as he knelt before the emperor. "What do you offer, weaver?" the emperor asked, his voice weary from judging so many failed attempts. Kiran unwrapped his package. Inside lay a single, meticulously preserved dust mote, resting on a small, perfectly square piece of plain, unbleached cotton. The court erupted in scornful laughter. A dust mote! He is a fool after all, the emperor's chief advisor roared. But the emperor held up a hand for silence and leaned closer, his eyes fixed on the mote. "Explain yourself, Kiran," the emperor commanded. Kiran spoke, his voice soft but clear. "Your Majesty, this dust mote is worthless. It is a speck of dirt, carried by the wind, and there are countless others. No person would pay a single copper coin for it. Yet it is also priceless. It is the first dust mote that settled on my loom and on the thread of the very first cloth I ever wove. It represents the very beginning of my skill, the foundation of my craft, the culmination of all my youthful hope, and the sweat of my first day of work. Without it, I would not be the weaver I am today. It is a moment in time, and you cannot put a price on a memory or a beginning.